This is the Angels Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Angels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Car stream. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast, coming at you live, as always, after every single Angels game, including one of the best wins of the season, right here live on the Locked On Angels YouTube channel, and after the fact, both on the channel and wherever the heck you get the Locked On Angels audio podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area, spent 4 years covering UCLA sports with the Daily Bruin, and now in year 2 with the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Our team is the Angels, and on a Friday night against a division rival, on Zach Neto bobblehead night, and with this idiot in the stands, Zach Neto himself comes through in a game that featured so much elite pitching, not much offense tonight. But if there's one guy you would expect on this team to come through in the late game moments, in general, it would be Zach Neto. But when you add in that it is his bobblehead night and they're giving away this beautiful bobblehead, you just knew he was going to come through. It's Zach Neto's world, and we're all just living in it. It's so beautiful. But before we jump into this one, shout out to everybody in here. The comments are going crazy. I'll be honest, as you can tell, I'm in a car. My boy Gavin is driving, wearing an A's jersey like the fool he is. I got to meet a fan tonight, so we'll get to that later. I know. There's going to be some people in here upset with me because we've been talking about the meet and greet, having it happen at a Big A, or a game at the Big A all season. And the one time I finally go to a game so far this season, I give you guys like 4 hours notice. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. This guy, again, Davin, I'm pointing as if you can see him. I just know that, once again, you guys were asking me last time I was in the car. No, it's not an Uber. No, it's not a self-driving car. No, I'm not multitasking. But moral of the story is we end up going to the game, and what a game. See, there's Larry calling it a private driver. No, it is not. But what a crazy game. Seems like every time there's a crazy game, there's a crazy stream after it, and that's the case once again tonight. But shout out to everybody in here. Again, we will have a proper meet and greet game later this year where I will actually give everyone days, not hours, of a heads up before I make it to the ball game, and we'll make it happen. But enough about me. We'll talk about my experience a little bit later. I know you have all been to games at Angel Stadium, so I don't need to explain too much. But let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. And you know, we're starting this show with just rip every single segment imaginable.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game. Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Here goes one more for you.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All 3 segments, because Zach Neto, there's nothing else you need to talk about tonight other than what he did. The guy was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. And let's not forget what he did to start this ball game, right? Everyone is going to talk about what happened in the 10th inning. And of course we will. But let's not forget, he comes out on his bobblehead night, immediately begins the bottom of the first with a base hit after Jose Soriano did give up that first inning home run to Julio Rodriguez. So Zach Neto set the tone from the beginning. He stole a base after the single. He scores on the double from Joe Adell. And then, of course, man, oh man, he comes through in the 10th inning. And what a crazy 10th inning it was, because first and foremost, I was going to lose it. And the turning point, if the Angels lost this game, was going to be when Ray Montgomery pulls Jose Soriano when he does. We know how mad we have been with the poor late game decisions, specifically pulling the starter too early in ball games, except the one time we wanted him to with Tyler Anderson at Citi Field. And I was losing it. I could not believe they pulled him. But sometimes you got to give credit where credit's due. The bullpen was phenomenal tonight. In what was a elite pitching performance on both sides, the fact that the Angels get to the bottom of the 10th inning, still tied at 2, when you needed multiple guys. You needed Brock Burke. You needed a 1-2-3 inning in the 9th from Kenley was great, but talk about that Zephyr John outing in the 10th. As stressful as it gets, he's throwing balls that are bouncing 10 feet before home plate to an already banged-up Logan O'Hoppe. You've got the heart of the lineup with Julio Rodriguez, who has 2 home runs tonight, with Cal Raleigh, who is Cal Raleigh. For Zephyr John to get the job done and to get us to the bottom of the 10th, another thing you absolutely cannot forget. But of course, that 10th inning, it was about Zach Neto, but there was plenty of foolishness in that inning, what you would expect from the Angels, right? We're sitting there with the guy on second in Kevin Newman, who comes in for a Yohan Moncada, who I almost forgot to mention this, made a horrible play at third base, pop fly bunt. He completely misjudges it while it's in the air. I get it. It's a weird one. Someone said, "How are you driving? We're still in traffic." Hey, the guy came through. He got us out of here. But that popped up bunt, Moncada plays it horribly. Fortunately, Neto, on his night, another thing that he does, able to retrieve the ball, flip it to Zephyr John, who makes a great play covering third. They get out of the inning. So there's all the foolishness there. And then we get into the bottom of the 10th, where Newman is now in, pinch running for Moncada at second. Ooh, we've got speed on the bases. The fact that our speed pinch runner is a grandpa who's hitting probably 110, that's a bummer. But Kevin Newman comes in. He goes on second base. I'm sitting there thinking bunt. A lot of people are probably thinking bunt. Logan O'Hoppe swings through a couple pitches. You're thinking, oh, man, they're going to strike out Logan O'Hoppe. It's going to be another failed attempt with the guy on second. But thank goodness, Logan O'Hoppe, the soldier that he is, somehow sticking in this game after looking like I've never seen someone in so much pain in their life. He hit the ball deep to right center field. Newman's able to advance to third. Julio Rodriguez almost pulled a Ronald Acuna and had an unbelievable throw out. If it was 2 or 3 feet on line, Newman would have been hosed. But fortunately, Newman gets to third, and then Rengifo comes up. He doesn't come through, but he also doesn't not come through. We'll take a productive at-bat, and it sets up Zach Neto. And man, oh man, he comes through. Opposite field, you love to see it. You know he's got the power to all fields. You know he's got the doubles all season. That's been probably his number one thing, is all those leadoff doubles. But for him to come through with just a beautiful base hit, opposite field, show off the energy that he provides to this team after it comes through. And I'll just say, being there at the game, well, I was laughing about it with my friend. It felt like when he did anything tonight, the building was going to explode, right? And that's already the case with this franchise. He is the face, and I know I have somehow disrespected this man a few times this year when I've said, I don't know. Nolan Schonebel's he's been hooping. Last year, there was moments I was going, I don't know. Neto's the emotional leader, but is Logan O'Hoppe, the future? No more disrespect, Zach Neto. And I said it a couple games ago, and I'll say it again. No more disrespect. As polarizing, as roller coaster, as a fan base as we are, especially you guys in this comment section and me a little bit, Zach Neto could go 0 for his next 30. This is his team. He proved it once again tonight, and I'm so happy for him that it comes through on his bobblehead night. And boy, oh boy, I'm glad I've got this beautiful thing. It looks fantastic. It certainly does. I'm trying my best to read the comments. Obviously, I'm doing this on my phone, so very tiny. But yes, great point there by Cat Soup. Zephyr John covering the bag on that play at third base. My friend Gavin called it out first. Absolutely. Not only does he know to get over there, but then even when he gets over there, the ability to not overrun the base, keep your toe on the bag. Really impressive play from a pitcher in general, but a guy like Zephyr John, who there's been plenty of critics in terms of his pitching, of course, but for him to get out of that inning and to do something like that on the mound as well, very impressive. This was a weird game for pitchers because we saw Soriano get hit in the knee. He was fine. We saw Brock Burke twist an ankle. He ended up being okay. And of course, we saw Logan O'Hoppe down on the ground for minutes. I thought he got hit in the you-know-where because he was down, and I've never seen someone look like they're in so much pain in their lives. But he ends up being fine. A lot of weird things in this ball game in the field. But the Angels, they got it done. They weren't sloppy outside of that Moncada mistake, and they got it done. Shout out to Zephyr John. Absolutely. Great point, Cat Soup. A lot of bumps and bruises lately. Absolutely. 187 is asking, were you at the game? Yes. If anyone is coming in here late, I was at the game, and I got this beautiful bobblehead. I'm so excited about that. And I saw a heck of a walk-off. So you have to be a good team to beat Woo, is what Walter is saying. I don't know. We've had plenty of talks about are we a good team? Are we a bad team? Tonight feels like one of those nights where you don't need to have those talks, right? Every show for the past week, it's been, hey, here's how this game affects the deadline. Here's how this game affects the deadline. Are we fire sale? Is it a fire sale, or is it a minor sale, or is it a neutral deadline, or is it maybe we need a starter if we go hot? Tonight, let's just soak this one in. It's a heck of a win on a heck of a night for the leader of your franchise, both now and in the near and distant future. And we'll talk about the deadline tomorrow after the game. We'll talk about the deadline when the Rangers are in town. But for now, let's enjoy this win. We're going to take our break. When we come back, we have plenty more to talk about. You know how hyped I was to see my boy Jose Soriano on the mound. A pretty darn good start from him. A pretty polarizing start as well. We'll talk about that after our break here on this fired up car post-game, post-meet and greet. We have to talk about that as well. Edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast. I will be right back. And this transition is going to be difficult. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying. There it is. What's up? Wait, hold on. All right, so we're going to read the sponsors. It's going to be a little bit tough tonight because we got an iPad here in front of me, but we got it. We're ready to go. I'm a professional, guys. I do this. Maybe not well, but apparently well enough for you guys to be here watching the show. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much. Again, we'll talk about it after this break, but the fact that there's a meet and greet tonight, even with one fan, absolutely unbelievable. I'm just a kid who likes sports like all you guys, so certainly appreciate that. But with all that being said, today's show is brought to you by Gametime. I promise I'm looking for the banner, and there it is. This is such a fitting ad read, guys. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? I literally did that today. Maybe it's game day, and you suddenly realize, or your good friend suddenly realizes, man, we got to be in the stands tonight. That's exactly where Gametime comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food. I had those helmet nachos, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Gametime makes it possible because Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB. It makes buying tickets fast and simple because prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch. They've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Again, literally, today, it was like 1 p.m. The game's at 6. I live in West L.A. We had to leave around 3:30. We decided 2 hours before we had to leave, you know what? We're going to the Big A. They've got the last-minute deals. We were able to see the view from our seat. And best of all, when we downloaded the app, created an account, and used the code LOCKEDONMLB, we got $20 off that first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. And today's show is also brought to you by those new sponsors, Game Day Hue. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Day Hue. For Angels fans like me and yourself, and just sports fans in general, this one hits the mark, guys. Game Day Hue makes clean, no logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. It's all about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day, on the course, or anywhere in between. Now, of course, I'm wearing a regular Angels hat tonight, but whether it's a game day or an off day, if you just want to wear some Angels red, some Angels white, some Angels navy blue, My favorite thing is if you want to rep those colors on a golf glove when you're out on the course, you can do that with Gametime with Game Day Hue. It's not just the hats, they're split shade gloves made for the golf course. They're the perfect gift for the fan who has everything else. So right now, you can get 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. That's GameDayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals, so now's the time to load up. Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com, code MLB15. Back here live on a very, very, very special edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast. We've got our second car stream in about a week. We've got an unbelievable ball game where Zach Neto wins it on a walk-off on his bobblehead night. And best of all, at least for me, I'm being a little selfish and a little biased, but best of all for me, my first time at the Big A in ages, and it was on that Zach Neto bobblehead night. So excited about that. Now, we have plenty more to talk about. I'll be honest, we're going to have a long show today. We're in the car. You're stuck with me. My friend Davin's stuck with me driving us home. So you're going to get a lot of yapping from me tonight. Nonchalant fan gear. Catsup, you're hilarious. You really are. But we have to talk about Jose Soriano before we talk a little bit more about the experience at the ballpark tonight. Jose Soriano, he's an interesting pitcher for a couple reasons, right? Because if you look at the stats, especially if you look at the stats on the road, you agree with someone like me who says this guy has, call me crazy, but I've been saying it for a year and a half. He's got AL Cy Young potential, guys. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. The sinker is disgusting. If he wants to throw the four seam, it can sniff triple digits. The knuckle curve, when he locates it, is absolutely untouchable. And on the road, he has looked phenomenal just about every start. That start in New York was the first time he gave up a home run on the road. At home, it's a different story. He has not been good at home. Yes, the splitter, the splinker, whatever you want to call it, it's one of the best in baseball, absolutely. That 94-mile-an-hour splitter that's really a splinker, it's absolutely disgusting, right? At home, though, it's been a different story, and it's for a couple reasons. Typically, way too many walks, way too many guys getting on base in general because he's still a contact pitcher. And it's funny. You look at his stuff. You look at how hard he throws. You look at how nasty the splinker is. You look at how nasty the knuckle curve is. And you would think that when you combine the walks that he has with those pitches, you think he's that type of former reliever that he was of, I'm going to throw crazy, nasty pitches. But it's like I always say, on MLB The Show, 99 velocity, 99 break, but that control is in the 50s, right? You would think he's a strikeout guy. He's not a strikeout guy. He's a weak contact guy first and foremost. Tonight, though, he was not a weak contact guy. He was I'm throwing crazy, nasty stuff. It's going all over the place, but you're not touching it, period, right? He had two bad pitches the whole night, 2 homers, 2 Julio Rodriguez. But outside of that, he was making guys look like fools. The splinker, disgusting. The funniest part of the outing, he had one at-bat where he throws back-to-back knuckle curves at a guy's head. And you're thinking, oh, God, he's kind of been all over the place tonight. He's throwing sinkers in the dirt. But then in that same at-bat, in that same inning, he throws 3 of the best knuckle curves on the outside corner I've ever seen him throw in the same inning, right? So we got the whole Jose Soriano experience. We didn't really get as many walks tonight as we typically do. We didn't get as many double plays tonight as we typically do. But we got a lot of wilds, but also a lot of really, really good. Yes, Jose, my friend is Gavin and Davin. No, we did not plan that. No, our parents didn't plan that either. We didn't know each other until almost middle school. So, but it worked out quite well. Adele still should have been an all-star over J-Rod is what Scott's saying. True, and he also should have been an all-star over J-Rod's replacement, Randy Arozarena. He should have been an all-star over both of them. Thank you for reminding me to not forget. Again, we did mention it, but Joe Adele with one of the only great swings of the night, an RBI double, absolutely beautiful. He's been a little quiet the last couple of games. Really, this road trip on the East Coast, he was a little bit quiet. So good to see him looking great again. Yeah, but oh my goodness, what a game! And yes, someone in here it's taking me a while to look at the comments, but Danny's in here saying, "I know this is the Angels post game, but Nick Kurtz, what a day of night!" You can hear my A's friend Gavin. You can see his elbow in the camera. He's repping the jersey. He was wearing the A's jersey tonight at the stadium, and we had a couple people bring up Nick Kurtz because, oh my goodness, what a performance! But guess what? We have the future of the AL West. It's not Julio Rodriguez. It's not Nick Kurtz. It's freaking Zach Neto. It's an angel. It's an angel. I'm sorry. Oh, I love it. But we're already at 20 minutes. I still have a couple things I want to discuss. First and foremost, the legend here. You see him in the comment section. The one and only Mr. Scott Wilson. What a legend this guy is. Because despite it being a game where I gave y'all a 2-hour heads up I was going to be there, this man was not only at the game tonight, the legend he is, he was not only surrounded by a bunch of Mariners fans that he had to say Julio Rodriguez is overrated around, all for them to then rightfully probably call him stupid as J-Rod hits 2 bombs tonight. Not only did he survive that, and not only is he willing to listen to this guy yap on a nightly basis, but he hit me up on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. He let me know he was at the game, and I met him. And I'll be honest, I trust my fan base. I trust Angels fans. I trust fans of Locked On Angels. I trust fans of the Postcast. I know you guys are all lit. I know you're all good people. But boy, oh boy, was I reminded when I met this guy in person. Nice guy. Just put a smile on my face. We took a picture. Fantastic. And so he's the fan of the night. And it just made me even more excited for the next time I come to the Big A, where I will meet so many more of you. I'll give you all a heads up. So we will absolutely get to meet everybody in person. Chris says, I'm giving the same fire that Zach Neto gave tonight. Yeah, I am fired up. I am fired up. Cat Soup says, dude, I was there yesterday, and the Mariners fans were obnoxious. There were a lot of Mariners fans in the stadium tonight. There really were. I mean, they're an excited fan base right now, and rightfully so, right? They are playing great baseball. Their best strength for years has been their rotation. This year, it's actually been their lineup. You go and acquire a Josh Naylor. There's tremblings, rumors now that with the Yankees not getting Suarez, there might be a reunion coming with Suarez. If he joins that lineup, oh my goodness, they're going to be disgusting. So they certainly, yes, Roman, you're exactly right. They have a solid lineup, and there's rumors they're going to try to make it even better. So you got to give them their credit. Their fan base, you know, obviously the rivals. Obviously, we don't like when Julio Rodriguez does what he does, and they're annoying at times. But shout out to them. They're respectful in the stadium. And boy, oh boy, it feels nice making sure they leave the stadium, not with a smile on their face after that W. Now, I think I covered everything. Real quick. I'll also recap my experience real quick because a lot of people have been telling me to go to games. Why aren't you going to games? Yada, yada, yada. Look, moral of the story, I'm in LA. I know it's not far, but throughout my whole college, 4 years, I did not have a car. Now I have a car. I had a, job stuff, craziness. A whole lot of complaining, a whole lot of excuses for me. The moral of the story is my darn friend hit me up. He said, let's go to the game. And I went to the game. And it wasn't that hard. So you know it's going to happen more. At the time of my life, I hadn't been in the stadium in quite a while. I got my helmet nachos. I was screaming. I was yelling. People were asking where I was sitting. Section 221. Section 221, row F. Beautiful seat. Nice shady view. Basically right behind home plate. $50 down to 40 per person. Thanks to Gametime and their discount. Someone is asking me where the helmet is. I think it's in the back seat. I'm trying to grab it. I promise I'm trying to grab it. Oh, I got it, guys. I got it. We're maneuvering right now. Yep, there it is. Helmet nachos, baby. And you already know, I'm going to be throwing this thing on my head plenty on post-game shows now. Not right now, because I'm pretty sure there's still some food remnants in there. I did my best to clean it, but it's pretty greasy. So just know you'll be seeing this on my head now. Maybe this will be the new rally helmet, but you're gonna be seeing this on the background. I also still have a Ben Joyce bobblehead from that game that I still am owed, because I was supposed to go to that game and meet a bunch of you guys, and as you know, I had family funeral stuff, unfortunately. But pretty soon there's going to be a Neto bobblehead behind me, a Ben Joyce bobblehead behind me, and we're going to be wearing this rally helmet, nachos helmet pretty often now as well. But all right, we're going to wrap it up. Amazing show, amazing night, amazing fan base, and amazing, I don't know what to call viewers of this show. Viewing base, listenership, viewership, I don't know. Postcasters, but y'all are the best. Outdoorsman saying I need a post-game booth at Angel Stadium. Hey, I definitely, when I go back to another game in the near future, I'm thinking maybe there's a chance I will do it in the parking lot or in the stadium or something like that. I think I have the tech capabilities for it. I actually recently got a portable mic, so we might make that happen. I'm trying to read these comments as well as I can before I wrap it up. You need to get a big coin also for the coin flip games. That's hilarious. The burgers did look fire. But all right, I'm trying to make sure I see all the comments. What meat topping did you get on your nachos? I got chicken. What's the best food at Angel Stadium? Right now, I'm going helmet nachos, guys. I remember 2002 like it was yesterday. Yeah, if you can't recognize, I went subtle today. I'm repping the 2002 World Series shirt. Of course, repping the hat. But I'm not going to lie. I was already – look, Gavin is – wow, that's crazy. If you guys – this guy is driving me home, and somehow he just made a comment. That's hilarious. But I'm not going to lie. After that game today, I was already thinking about it. It might be time to get that Zach Neto jersey, man. It's hard not to justify it, right? Oh, yeah. People see it. Jealous of the shirt. I know. It's pretty sick. Shout out to my dad. He got it. Did you see any fans that recognized you there, Dusty? Yeah, I was just saying I met my guy Scott at the game. That was amazing. We'll do more. I'll give you guys a heads up on that in the future. But for now, we're going to wrap it up. This was an absolutely unhinged show. Let's be honest. I've been yelling. I've been screaming. I hardly talked about the game, but I don't care, baby. Angels 3, Mariners 2, Zach Neto walk-off on his bobblehead night. And one more time, I'm going to brag about it only because I'm so fired up. I was there to get the bobblehead. I was there to witness it. And boy, oh boy, I can't wait for the next time when I can meet all of you. Do a Gavin fans post-game show at the stadium. That's exactly my plan. The next time I do one, I want to do it outside. I want you guys to be there. I think it could be absolutely electric. But with all that being said, I've done this outro about 18 times. We're going to wrap it up. Shout out to you guys. Have a great rest of your Friday night. And we will be back here tomorrow night. Unfortunately, not at the Big A. I'll be back in my apartment. Peace out. Peace out. Just got home from the game. Get back to West LA safely. Thank you. Peace out. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Celebrate this win. Rarely have we gotten a Friday night that also had an Angels win, let alone one as electric as this. So, hey, be responsible, but if there's ever a night to celebrate an Angels win, it's tonight. I'll see you back here tomorrow. And as always, go Angels. Shout out to this fan of the night, Scott. You are the man. And we'll do this very, very soon. See you tomorrow. Love you all. And go Angels.